the internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward. There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
So from my point of view, what we essentially see, institutions which we are building business models for long term, enabled through technology, are then able to move forward. And like Facebook, like Google, they would be the new Web3 companies whom we would look back after 5 years and say, wow, wasn't that great?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. I can't believe this. I can't believe that a handful of very small, intelligent investors, and that is us that I'm speaking about, are going to be financially free in the next coming years. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. If it was easy, everybody would be rich in the markets, but it's not. It's a mental game, it's a patient game, and it's, educational game. You got to educate yourself and understand what's coming down the pipelines. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. This one is going to be hands down a very, very informative video. And again, the price of XRP, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you again, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $100 is happening 100% because it logically, mathematically makes sense. Let's set the tone for today's video. A comment from Brad Garlinghouse. Take a listen.
The capital will flow to the most efficient path. Yep.
The capital will flow to the most efficient path. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what Ripple is creating. They're creating an infrastructure to have everything all intact. And what do I mean by that? Where do we start? Let's start off with this jaw dropper that was just announced. So the XLS 4070 price oracles were just proposed on the XRP ledger. This is a big deal, folks. This is a big deal. Why? Main functions of an on-chain price oracle. On-chain price oracles are particularly important to decentralized finance applications where smart contracts manage financial activities like lending, borrowing, trading, and more. These applications often require accurate and tamper-proof price data to function properly and maintain the integrity of the financial operations they facilitate. It's worth noting that ensuring the reliability of on-chain price oracles is a challenging task. The oracle mechanism must strike a balance between decentralization and security while providing timely and accurate data. And this video, I'm telling you, is going to be absolutely insane. We are breaking down Price Oracle, and it's going to go hand in hand with what we're going to cover about Citibank, Northern Trust, Ripple, and the Fed Task Force. You just can't make this stuff up. How can banks benefit from this feature? On-chain price oracles can provide real-time exchange rates for different tokenized assets. This can streamline cross-border transactions, allowing banks to settle payments and transfers more quickly and accurately.
Key differentiator about Ripple, and that's the reason we are a monoline company. Every day we get tens of ideas to say, why don't you do security settlement? Why don't you work in trade finance? Why don't you do X, Y, Z? And what we tell them is just cross-border remittances is $155 trillion problem. We'll solve this first. We'll make a difference to everybody who's present in this room. And once we have made the difference, then only we will look at something else.
Banks may hold or manage various digital assets, such as crypto, security tokens, or stablecoins, which we know 100% is going to happen. On-chain price oracles can offer transparent and verifiable valuation for these assets, enhancing accounting accuracy and compliance. These are just some of the points, folks. Traditional assets like real estate, stocks, or commodities can be represented as digital tokens on the blockchain. On-chain price oracles can provide up-to-date valuation for these tokenized assets, facilitating trading and enhancing transparency. Do you see how big this is? This is massive for real estate, stocks, and commodities coming on the XRP ledger. On-chain price oracles provide transparent and tamper-proof data that can be easily audited by regulators and external auditors. And also, on a side note, This infrastructure is going to require the highest level of regulatory clarity, ladies and gentlemen. How can this potentially influence the price of XRP? If XRP is tokenized and used as a digital representation of real-world assets or securities, on-chain price oracles could play a role in determining the value of these tokenized assets, which might indirectly impact the perceived value of XRP. If XRP is integrated into the decentralized finance applications that rely on chain price oracles, it could lead to increased demand for XRP as it becomes an essential part of various DeFi protocols. And along with AMM coming and on-chain hooks that are coming, folks, we got massive stuff happening behind the scenes right now that we do not know about. If XRP is used for cross-border transactions within a blockchain ecosystem that incorporates on-chain price oracles, it might become more attractive to users seeking efficient and cost-effective ways to transfer value across borders. And on the final note, if the adoption of blockchain technology, including the use of price oracles, grows among banks, financial institutions, and other businesses, it could lead to increased interest and adoption of XRP. The broader adoption could potentially contribute to increased demand and influence the price. And then the efficiency. That's why, some people understand it and some people will just never understand it. In 2023, if you don't think the price of XRP is going to go to $100, we're 100% certain, then you got to do a lot of research to understand what's actually going on behind the scenes. Because like I said, logically makes absolutely zero sense for it to hit $100. 10, 20, 30, 40, they're all going to be met. Take profits on the way up. 10, 20, 30, take profits, folks. Now let's get into the mic drop. Beyond asset tokenization, shout out to Cyprus that I came this across. I found the link. HSBC working together with Northern Trust. And if you guys remember Naveen Gupta, he worked at HSBC for 10 years, and now he's with Ripple, disrupting this financial industry.
So from my point of view, what we essentially see, institutions which we are building business models for long term, enabled through technology, are then able to move forward. And like Facebook, like Google, they would be the new Web3 companies whom we would look back after 5 years and say, wow, wasn't that great?
You can't make this stuff up, folks. Take a listen to what they said here. ECG, let's just cover this for a second. Environmental, social, and governance. Global ECG assets may surpass 41 trillion at the end of 2022. 1/3 of projected total assets under management globally. It is anticipated that ECG assets will hit 50 trillion by 2025. Things are about to get just absolutely crazy here. If you guys recall back in 2021, Ripple announces a strategic ECG investment. We know when it comes to carbon footprint, Ripple is the leading innovators in this sector. Like hands down, nobody else could compete with them. Let's keep going. In the same PDF, listen very carefully. Asset servicers know that they are operating in an evolving world. We expect that by 2030, approximately 5 to 10% of all assets will be digital. And the number they're going to give you, the 5 to 10%, will always be lower what they have on their books. So that could be 30 to 40% by 2030. Considering the global assets are expected to rise to 145.4 trillion by 2025, this is a substantial number, and it will only continue to increase as technological innovation drives change. Already, cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, central bank digital currencies, and infrastructures play for the digital issuances of securities are shifting the landscape. In addition, as the DeFi ecosystems continue to grow, the safety and integrity of assets across multiple blockchains and protocols will become increasingly important. And we just talked about Ripple's XRPL and DeFi coming together with these price oracles. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button. This has been long in the making. This is back from 2021. This is huge. Standard Chartered, Ripple partner, and Northern Trust announced Zodia Custody receives FCA registration. This is big. Zodia Custody, an institutional grade crypto asset custody based in London. And if you guys remember, back in 2022, Citi partners with Matico to develop institutional digital asset custody capabilities. Well, look what they have in common. They're all coming. It's gonna get even better. We got Ripple, buys crypto custody firm Matico for $250 million a year later. And look at the investors behind Zodia. So crypto storage provider Zodia Custody raises $36 million from SBI Holdings and Standard Chartered. Wow. And take a listen to this. The firm will use the funds to increase its token coverage and enhance its settlement product interchange. And the investors, right? SBI Holdings, basically massive with Ripple. Same with SC Ventures and Standard Chartered. They're all working with Ripple technology. And Northern Trust will be plugged in to Ripple's technology in the coming months or years. And that is 100%, ladies and gentlemen. We need a level playing field. And this is even Marcus Treacher back from 2020. Standard Chartered launches new crypto custody service for major assets, including ETH and XRP. And then when the lawsuit came, everybody had to take 10 steps back. And now with the lawsuit ending basically, and XRP is not a security, look at all the news that's coming out. The ISDA, derivatives, there was so much stuff that is going to completely shock the world. And just going back to another HSBC document, this was about game changers, future trends, and they mentioned XRP. DLT can streamline end-to-end value transfers, reducing costs, operational risk, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank digital currencies. So those central bank, those CBDCs on the ledger representing them will need to go through a digital asset to do the FX, okay? And just going back to 2017, like I said, this is long in the making. The US path to faster payments. Look who's here. We have the Northern Trust Company. Selena Horton, head of payments at the Northern Trust for over 14 years. And we have Ripple, Ryan Zagone. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but the main takeaway from here is Ripple is the only crypto company that was here alongside Starbucks, FIS, which is a Ripple partner, Goldman Sachs. Basically every bank is here. JP Morgan, Keypoint Credit Union, KPMG, LLP. These guys are all here. Lyft is here, right? Uber, they all use payment. Money makes the world go around, okay? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And we will be back with another. However, we are back and stronger and bigger than ever. That made absolutely no sense.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.